Yeah, it's hard to gear up with those heavy hands and also let that ball go out when it's coming in hot. So nice ball from Simone.
What a grab from the goat, Simone Jardim.
That's right, and she has really stepped up to kind of stay in the mix in her accelerated age. Lots of respect for her. Stepped up the offense in her game.
Accelerated age. I like that. Sorry, good job.
No, I'm a new member of the 40-plus club, so her and Matt Wright, these players that are still playing at a high level, it's absolutely phenomenal, and kudos to her for still being in the Premier League. She's a legend.
The club is happy to have you, Adam. Simone Jardim twice now for Bobby Jorja Johnson.
That's right, and a nice initial punch from Jorja Johnson, but Simone with the relentless pressure catching her on the next ball.
Answering right back.
And she smiled. Simone shot, caught her right in the rib. So a shoulder shot to Jorja Johnson, then a rib shot to Simone. Who said this isn't a contact sport? Nice ball from Allyce Jones getting that down. Jorja Johnson was locked and loaded with the two-handed backhand, but couldn't keep it in from such a low position.
These two teams both coming out of Group C. For her.
You know, I like the combination. Anytime you have a shoulder level forehand, even if the ball's coming at you quickly, that's a situation that's going to favor you in the long run. You see a little bit of that Jorja Johnson young buck volatility early on with some incredible shots to tag Simone, but also a couple loose errors.
Oh, Jessie Irvine just barely fends that one off.
I think she was protecting the moneymaker there. That was basically right at her chin. So a nice hand speed and defensive play from her. It's always tough when those balls come in a little bit higher. Again, down. That's the key. I understand as a smaller player, it's harder to hit through these ladies. So for Allyce to get that ball down, that's what she needs to do. And right after getting one down, I said, be careful driving through the ladies, and she does it on the very next point, just showing her versatility with some of the soft controlled stuff. And she's got a little pop in her paddle as well.
Oh, Simone just almost gets her paddle on it. Jorja Johnson so smart with her finesse.
Yeah, that's right. She didn't overdo it. She knew she had a massive open court. Sometimes your eyes get big and you get excited, but just calm and collected, put it right where she needed to. And here we go. Look at the switch already.
You called it. It away, but that switch was key for the first.
Definitely, and I did label Jessie Irvine as a rock earlier, but let's be clear, when that ball goes shoulder level or above, she has some of the best put away power in the game. Completely okay with Jorja Johnson being aggressive there. It didn't work out that time, but I like it.
Jessie Irvine, so good. Two really good backhands on the side of the smash.
Definitely, and two very different technical shots. The strokes don't look similar at all, but the results are both very good.
who was all over this read.
You know it's a good point when there's escalating grunts. So it started nice and quiet, and then it just escalated, as did the quality of the shots, and a nice put away to finish the deal, Jorja Johnson.
First, listen for the grunts, you'll know who's winning.
Yeah, they're just mixing it up. Let's see if they switch here. They obviously have to return in this position. Yeah, that was very close, but I believe it was about an inch long. And you can see St. Louis Shock looking over to their teammate Jay Devilliers, who agrees that that ball was long.
Timeout. Point 11, switch in, 1 minute, timeout.
Timeout is called on the floor. Nope, excuse me, end change. The Florida Smash, excuse me, the St. Louis Shock leading the way by 2.
Well, Michelle, technically that is a timeout, so I think you're good.
Right.
You're good. You're good.
I'll take it. Timeout. Speaking of, what do you think we're discussing on both sides?
Yeah, so I mean, you can see you got Jay Devilliers. Anytime somebody's talking with their hands like that, they're saying something important, or at least they think it's important. So just some slight discussion from the smash over with Travis Rettenmaier and Collin Johns. Two great minds, especially Collin, very great teacher of the game, and he sees the game well, especially on the outside looking in. So I would expect Jorja Johnson to slide over to the left and play more of that, and I would expect her to be very aggressive and try to put the pressure on the St. Louis Shock. This game has been really tight throughout. There's been a couple opportunities for maybe a gap for St. Louis, but Florida has been right there. I think no more than a 3 or 4 point lead throughout the first half of this game.
Jardim, you mentioned it. One of the OG goats of the sport, was a great tennis player back in her day. Reached the top of the NCAA doubles ranking. Pursued a career in coaching, was the head coach of Michigan State's women's tennis team, and inspired Catherine Parento's tennis career and pickleball career.
I'm not allowed.
Speculation
on the court is happening.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure. They just decided not to challenge. So.
And continue with the serve.
39.
Allyce Jones finding the backside of Jorja Johnson with a sneaky backhand herself.
So solid. And you see the energy just palpable and so consistent with Allyce. Never has a dip in energy.
Allyce Jones, an incredible athlete, is a volleyball state champion, tennis state champion, and played volleyball at Utah's Valley University. Jardim and Jones have not looked back since a strong start. Timeout called on the floor. Where are Jardim and Jones able to pick apart the partnership of Jorja Johnson and Jessie Irvine right now, Adam?
Well, I think the main thing is I talked about how Simone is one of the original awesome defensive players of the game, but as her game has matured and she has matured, she has gone for a little bit more of the high risk, high reward play. We saw it in that last dink right there, where she's not playing with as much margin, so she's making a few more mistakes, but she's making much better offensive choices as well. So with this 16-9 lead, I don't see any reason why Simone will not look to continue firing away on that left side and let Allyce do her thing on the right, which is make almost every ball.
That's on the court, off the court. The crowd is building here in Daytona Beach. One of the most special aspects of Major League Pickleball is the environment. You can't replicate it. You don't understand it until you step foot here live to catch an event. It's truly one of a kind.
So true. Love it.
Jones serving to Irvine. Jorja Johnson authoritative that time. Good timeout for the Florida Smash.
Yeah, that's right. A good rolling topspin shot, and then followed it up with big time power. So that's a nice combination for Jorja.
Jardim set herself up that time.
Just a light butt tap there from Allyce Jones, just pumping up her partner. It's always nice to have a supportive, energetic partner.
That's the volleyball way. Oh, Jorja Johnson will take the net dribble.
Absolutely, she will. 6-point deficit, relatively late in the game. She will take whatever she can get.
Take what she can get. Jones with a nice tag of Jessie Irvine.
Yeah, it's awkward sometimes when you're not right at the kitchen line to let those balls go out. I don't know if she hesitated thinking it was going to go out, but either way, great shot from Allyce.
By the way, if you're looking for action elsewhere, the defending champs from MLP Mesa are on grandstand right now. The LA Mad Drops taking on the ATX Pickleballers. Close game in the women's doubles matchup. Oh, Jardim with a great effort that time. Just doesn't pan out.
Nice lob, and I'm sure it was mentioned in the previous broadcast, but unfortunately, Thomas Wilson is out of the tournament for the defending champions, having a bit of a wrist issue, so Hunter Johnson will fill in for him.
Huge storyline there. Can't mention it enough because certainly that changes the scope of their team. Oh, Jardim, so good. Just finding the feet of Jessie Irvine, not giving her a chance to make it through the transition zone.
19-13.
Into the net goes Irvine. You don't see that very often in her.
No, this is right now. This is a clinic from the St. Louis Shock. I mean, they are absolutely.
Oh, Jardim gets tackled.
I was like,
for the effort.
Absolutely firing on all cylinders. They couldn't have set it up better for me. And we have a hug and a this and a that.
Simone, blink twice if you're okay.
Let's go.
I don't know if that was a... Is she okay? Oh, she's okay. All right, that was funny.
I mean, she falls down and there's just a Mighty Mouse right on her, giving her a big hug. So,
I love it.
Hey,
Spider monkey
hey,
for the win.
You're gonna fall down in style, and I don't know how you can do it better than that, Michelle.
The St. Louis Shock with the 1-0 lead over the Florida Smash. That was a powerful, authoritative victory for the women's doubles matchup. Simone Jardim, Allyce Jones looking good in their partnership. And they came here with a mission, Adam. They only won one match, as we mentioned, in Mesa. And so they're looking to turn the tide here.
That's exactly right. And hey, the algorithm knows better than I do, Michelle, because Duper, I went against Duper and I paid the price right there.
Top 50 female pro Cameron Blackwood standing by with Allyce Jones and Simone Jardim.
Well, number one, are you okay? You fell, and then we had Allyce come and tackle you on that last ball.
That's how we roll, literally.
Literally. So you just played such a strong team there with Jessie and Jorja. How were you able to neutralize their power and take this game?
I just think that, honestly, sometimes with this format is tough to know when to go for it and when to play a little defensive. And I think that's the part where, I don't know, Allyce and I, we feel like we have nothing to prove to anybody but ourselves. Big Mama's here, so we're just having so much fun playing together. It's been a blast.
And they started off with Jorja on the left, or on the right, sorry, Jessie on the left, and they made that switch. Did that change your pattern or strategy at all?
Maybe
maybe just a little bit. We started like mixing up our dinks a little bit differently because of that strategy. But when you got Simone on the left side of you, dude, pickleball is so much fun with her. It's the best.
St. Louis Shock go up 1-0. We're heading into men's doubles next. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
I'm a natural born hustler. Just like my mama said, hard times and that good natural born hustler. When the world wants you to sing a swim, I ain't going
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
We're back on Championship Court. This is Major League Pickleball by Margaritaville. Adam Stone, Michelle McMahon here with you in the booth, having a blast. Cameron Blackwood with you on the sideline. We've got 360 coverage for you here in Daytona Beach. We've got Championship Court action here between the Florida Smash and St. Louis Shock. We've got grandstand action. Former champs, the LA Mad Drops, are in action there. Now we move on to men's doubles. Collin Jones, Travis Rettenmaier taking on Jay Devilliers and Erik. Just wide that time for the smash. First on the board. This is a huge game for them to even up the series.
Absolutely true, and I expect to see more backhand attacks out of the air from Rettenmaier and forehand attacks off the bounce.
The Frenchman strikes early.
And a little half Ernie at the beginning of that point. Incredible athleticism, one of the best combinations of size and footwork out there. Nice hands from Erik Lange, and expect the big man to be sliding to his right and punching that big backhand counter throughout this match.
Lange serving to Johns.
He likes to say things just so his opponents can hear them just loud enough. Expect that to continue.
And Lange, two big bodies on their side, so that has to be a challenge on the side of the Florida Smash in green. How do you find a hole against these two?
Well, it's a lot of pressure because you want to make the ball bounce on your drops and your dinks, but it's so difficult to do so when they have the reach. So what it does is it gets in your head a little bit and makes you try to be perfect, and that can create some errors and cause some issues. Let's see how they maneuver around that. And I would expect these formations to stay. I have no doubt the smash will never switch. If the situation gets dire, I could see possibly St. Louis making a switch and putting Erik Lange on the left.
Collin John's one of the great strategists of the game. How was he able to find that hole?
Well, he's very proud of himself as he struts back to the baseline. I'm proud of him too. That was a phenomenal shot.
Walking with purpose.
Tuck in that right shoulder from Collin Johns. Getting skinny, very important to let the ball go out. But Collin Johns mixing up his patterns. So he's great with the forehand up the line to the backhand. Jay knows that from how many times they played together. Collin changed his spot, put it on the right hip beautifully. The finger up, and that was a nice scorpion from Collin Johns. And it's an interesting matchup because Erik Lange is not quite a full-time player on tour. Travis Rettenmaier is relatively new, but Jay and Collin have battled for years. Yes, definitely. And Erik Lange, I mentioned him sliding to his right to hit that backhand. It really helps not having a hole in the middle because of the length. We'll just say, for instance, Michelle, if I slide to my right, there's a big hole in the middle because I have some of the shorter arms. But Erik Lange, he can get away with kind of disregarding that forehand and still have full coverage with his backhand. Nice grind from all four players, and I would say between mixed women's and men's, most dinking in the men's game. So expect to see a few more elongated points. Scorpion, he really loves it. He doesn't even have to pick forehand or backhand. He sticks his paddle up right above his head, and he can cover almost all of the spots from that position. Yes, and Michelle, you can see Florida didn't get terrible shots, but they couldn't get forward. That's the length of Erik and Jay, keeping pressure on them, keeping them back, and not allowing them to get to the kitchen line, which is where all of these players want to be.
Just slightly wide there for Lange.
I'm okay with it. Haven't seen a lot of offense from him early on, just more dinking and counterattacking. I think he had a small window, but, you know, can't make them all.
Rettenmaier played on the pro tennis tour for almost 10 years, reaching career high 57. Best in the world.
Do you think his reaction said that, Michelle?
Very animated.
Yes. The ladies love him.
He's from France.
He went for it. He went for it. Don't hate the move. I think he's in a good position. Maybe he could have pulled back once it was neutralized by St. Louis, but I'm okay with the overall movement.
He being Rettenmaier.
Yes, yes. So it's tough because you want to make those aggressive moves with court positioning. Maybe you read some weakness in your opponent, but when they neutralize it, it's so hard to pull back from the shell. Very, very difficult to do both.
Just long
Right, so he's put 2 there, maybe possibly 3 to the right side of Jay Devilliers. Let's see if he possibly goes line with his next or possibly next 2 forehand attacks. It's still okay. I mean, Lange missed one where he had a nice drop and then was moving forward. Basically a carbon copy on the other side with Jay Devilliers. I don't think either one was a poor decision. Just didn't work out for them. Let's see if they can clean it up with just a very small 2-point deficit halfway through this men's doubles match.
Yeah, Florida smash the first team to 11, so we will have an end change. Rettenmaier and Johns finding a way to pick apart the duo of Devilliers and Lange. How are they able to create a slight edge here?
Well, it's really well-constructed points. They have very established roles. Basically, Rettenmaier is going to do his best to be Collin's brother. No one can really do that, but he at least can play in a style that meshes well with Collin. And I think once they all 4 get to the kitchen, the advantage is definitely with the Florida smash right now.
A moment ago, you just saw a great polo on the screen. Steve Kuhn, the visionary of Major League Pickleball.
Very nice play from Jay, sliding over in front of Erik Lange to clean that point up.
Smash back on top by 2.
Couple of our players down there with an Ernie and a defense from Collin Johns, and Erik Lange says no, no, no. You don't see him go to the 2-handed backhand too frequently, but man, that was a good one.
But when you do.
That's from like a commercial or something, but yeah, okay. I knew where you were going there.
13-11.
Nice ball, and Jay Devilliers trying to call off Erik Lange. It was quality partner communication. Lange just couldn't bring that down. Yes, he has one of the best cross-court backhand putaways out there. A lot of players very competent putting the ball away with the forehand, but Jay Devilliers phenomenal on the backhand side. There it is. They had a couple of nice points mixed in from St. Louis, but they haven't had a sustained run yet. Could this be the time? We'll see. It's just a phenomenal combination when you can attack up at the shoulder level of the player in front of you and then slap it down at the other player's feet. Great combination from Jay Delivers. wasn't a sustained run, 3 or 4 points here?
Was.
I think maybe Rettenmaier, okay, the ball busted. I thought he was looking over at the bench for a possible timeout, but obviously a crack in the ball. Rettenmaier tapping Collin on the backside, just letting him know, hey, we just gave up the lead, no big deal, let's get it back.
15-14.
When Lange's on the right, you literally cannot get it to his forehand. It's not an option. He has such a great wingspan, and he has very quality footwork as well to get himself in position to counterattack. So great job from Erik Lange knowing that speed up was coming and being in the perfect position.
So in men's doubles, that size on the right is such an advantage because when your left player is the aggressor,
yes,
right?
yes.
And then you have the size of Devilliers. How does that separate him amongst the rest of the more consistent half of the
right, exactly. So you can have more of the, I'll use myself, you know, the smaller, less offensive, more consistent player. But when you have a taller player on the right, there's a couple extra things you can do. And one of those being more extension on the counterattack and also that ability to reach into the kitchen and be offensive with the forehand. So there's two different molds. It almost used to always be players like me. Now you're seeing some DJ Youngs and some Erik Langes and some of the taller, stronger players playing the right side. And I would expect that trend to continue as the talent continues to grow in the pickleball world.
Certainly they had that in mind when they were looking for that right side player for Jay Devilliers.
16-14.
Got it in Erik Lange. Delivered.
Yeah, he did. And really the only difference, nice, solid, neutral hands battle. Travis Rettenmaier 3 or 4 feet off the kitchen, Jay right on the kitchen line, and that was the difference in that firefight. So this is definitely a big game for the Shock. Erik Lange, I'd probably say between singles, mixed, and men's is his best event.
Oh, Devilliers reaches in for the Ernie. It works.
Man, he could get hot. I mean, he's just pulling triggers. Oh, they're going to challenge. Looks like they're going to challenge the foot. It looked, naked eye, it looked clean, but I mean, my goodness, it's very hard to tell. Let's see.
Florida Smash is calling the challenge. Remember, that's a new nuance. This event is each team gets 2 free challenges. The Florida Smash are going to use one of their free challenges. They get 2 free challenges each game.
Yeah, I don't care if the St. Louis Shock didn't even see it. Or sorry, the Florida Smash didn't even see it. I think they should still challenge. They have 2 free ones. It's 18-15. Let's just take a look and see if he possibly dragged a foot into the non-volley zone.
So if you are wrong in calling the challenge, meaning it doesn't get overturned, or if you're the team that calls it incorrectly and gets challenged, you lose that free challenge and you continue on accordingly.
Yep, and when you run out of those 2 freebies,
you can still go.
You can still go,
That
but you're charged a point, and that is a big deal.
Ron Ponder, our lead referee.
I mean, what?
On championship court, did he swivel in? I don't think so. I think he's clean.
I think he's clean too.
I don't see a toe touching that line. Remember, the entire shoe has to, or sorry, not the entire shoe, any part of the shoe that touches the line, it qualifies it as a fault.
I mean, it's just, it's literally just crazy athleticism.
Look at that athleticism.
I mean,
Speaking of, let's talk about his athletic background. This guy
please do.
Has played soccer, tennis, handball. I don't know what handball. I've never played handball before. Swimming, squash, badminton. table tennis and skiing in his childhood in France. Played all of those activities. And left France for Barcelona back in 2012. Trained in tennis. Completed high school there. Then his injury impacted his ability to go pro in tennis, so he accepted a tennis scholarship at Wichita State in 2013. Then he began playing pickleball, Jay Devilliers, in 2019.
Don't you just hate guys like that? He's a heartthrob. He's got all. He plays all these sports. I mean, come on, man.
I'm gonna let you speak to that part.
Save some for the rest of us, Jay. My goodness.
The early was clean. The challenge.
And a family man. And a family man as well. He can do it all.
It was especially impressive that he was able to lean his way out of the kitchen, so the St. Louis shot, just like that, take the momentum, up by 3, and 3 away from closing in on game 2. John speeds it up. Great choice.
That was a nice spot up the line. And just an easy, casual ATP defense from Collin Johns, getting back to the kitchen line. Very well played from Collin. Very frustrated, mumbling some things under his breath. I know that feeling, Travis.
Just like that, St. Louis shot 1 point away from a 2-0 lead here in this match on championship court.
That was a nice combo. I like the fact that Devilliers backed up a couple feet and tried to block that ball. Left it a little high, and Collin with the cross-court attack into the Lange body. Very slippery attack. Well disguised, good deception from Collin Johns.
Game point, back on the side of the shot.
I was just going to say, Jay Devilliers is playing phenomenal.
Yes.
He is playing phenomenal.
He needed to. His team needed him to. They have something to prove here in Daytona Beach.
Exactly right, and we know that, we just said it, Jay Devilliers played awesome, but I want to give a shout out to Erik Lange as well. When your partner is hot, I think that there was a couple maybe small edges or small margins he could have gained, and he passed up and played a safe, consistent shot. Let the big man who's hot on the left do his thing. Great game and point management from Erik Lange, a veteran.
Huge comeback win for them. They didn't steal the momentum until midway through that game. And over on Grandstand, by the way, the LA Mad Drops, I believe, are split right now with the ATX Pickleballers.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped the first game in women's doubles. I believe men's doubles took over. So anyways, returning back to championship court, How were Erik Lange and Jay Devilliers able to get it done? Cameron Blackwood is standing by with more.
Jay, a little bit of a slower start for you guys in the beginning, but what adjustments did you make to come out with the win?
Yeah, I feel Travis and Collin were playing very well. Collin was not missing a ball. Travis was very aggressive, so we had to adjust, limit on forced errors, and I'm glad Erik was really positive and helping me to stay in it, and then we got a little bit of momentum, and that was great. I think that was just a big turning point.
And when it is a tight match like that, up until almost the end right there, what are those key patterns you're looking to execute?
You know, Jay does such a great job covering the court. He's just a rock star out there. So my job is to build his ego, make him feel really positive. He was feeling positive today, and we did a great job out there.
Shock go up 2-0. We're heading into our first mixed doubles of the match. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
We're back on Championship Court. It is time for our first mixed doubles matchup between the Florida Smash and the St. Louis Shock. So it is Travis Rettenmaier and Jorja Johnson against Simone Jardim and Jay Devilliers. What do you think about this matchup here?
I would like to see how aggressive Simone is in this mixed situation. She was pulling a lot of triggers in women's. Is she going to go back to her consistent mixed doubles play, or is she going to keep firing? Nice spot from Jorja Johnson initially, and then Travis Rettenmaier to finish. Simone Jardim getting caught in the transition zone. Good eye from Jay Devilliers after a nice forehand speed up. Jorja Johnson looking for a forehand, just a little late on the counter.
works the wide deep and splits the difference down the middle.
Very nice, exactly. Pulling Simone Jardim wide and then finding a gap in the middle. We'll see if she maybe continues to go to that spot and Jay looking for forehands, or she mix it up on Jay. It's tough for him if she can freeze him to all the spots. Let's go, and it's something else, just so Jay Devilliers can hear it. I love it so much. The little mental warfare, the back and forth. It's just so good.
Major League Pickleball, the mental warfare. Ooh, just wise out. Knocks that one back.
2-3.
Gets caught back in the transition zone.
That's the old mixed doubles pump fake. So she was thinking, Jay made a jab step to the middle, throwing off Jardim's rhythm and forced the air. It happens all the time. But it's part of the deal when the male is looking to be aggressive and stepping into the middle. So as long as you don't go over that threshold of it happening too often, I'm okay with that pressure from the men in the middle of the court.
Here we go. 3-4.
That opening once again.
Yeah, and it's wasn't a terrible speed up by Simone Jardim, but her court positioning was too far back, in my opinion. Yeah, it was a nice job by Travis because the ball before was well struck by Jay Devilliers. So couple recent points now. Travis Rettenmaier hand speed on full display.
St. Louis was the home team, which means Florida had to put their matchup out first. The grab from Jorja Johnson. That's the hand speed. We know she's capable of.
Absolutely right.
16 years old.
Well, she saw Travis a couple points in a row get in the mix. She had to step in there as well. And you're right, the hand speed is insane.
Helps when you train with one of the best, her brother, J.W. Johnson, although you say she's the better Johnson.
Oh, I love
Adam Stone's words, not mine.
I love to tell her that, and I love to tell JW that as well.
Mom Julie is also a pro in the Johnson family. Sails long with a smash, carving out a 4-point lead. How are they able to gain some momentum?
Right after this point in the show, give you my best guess at it. Yeah, right now it's winning the exchanges. So I think some of the errors have been relatively even, and some of the shot making and speed ups have been relatively even. But once those exchanges get going, the Florida Smash have won a healthy percentage of those, and that's the difference right now.
Excuse me, Jay Devilliers.
Yes, and Jay, almost before she struck that ball, was loaded up with the two-handed backhand. I don't know if he just knew she was going to go there, or he was just taking his chances, but either way, it works out. Nice step over protection from Travis Rettenmaier. Very nice job by him as Jorja Johnson was transitioning forward. And you see how she uses her legs but slightly bends at her lower back and has full extension, hitting that ball as close to her opponents as possible. One of the best at it. I don't hate that from Jorja Johnson to get that counter to come back to Travis Rettenmaier, but she left that too high and allowed Simone Jardim to be able to get that ball down at Travis's feet.
She expects pace back.
Right, but she almost, I don't think it would have gone in, but it might have. So she was a little frustrated she didn't get out of the way as Jay Devilliers somehow covered that ball behind her, Michelle.
Just trailing by 2 for the shock. Oh, such an easy chance for Devilliers. The crowd sighs as Devilliers does too. So the Florida Smash, the first team to 11. We will change sides.
It's always just a great feeling as a player when you hear the crowd sigh after you make a mistake. So I think
it's not a boo.
and the thing is you are, when you have you are established at the kitchen line, the other team is back, almost always you're going to want to keep them back. But Jay Devilliers actually does have one of the better drop volleys in the game, so I don't hate that decision from him, even though it didn't work out that time.
So Devilliers and Jardim trailing by 3. What would they need to do to be able to come back in this one and win the match? If they win this game, they win the match against the Florida Smash. What do they need to do?
So what I would say, as I mentioned earlier, with those neutral firefights, we're going more towards the Florida Smash. So what they have to do is don't get into a neutral firefight, and what I mean by that is hit a better speed up or a better counterattack on that first ball. So you can get yourself kind of ahead in the firefight, because the hand speed right now from the Smash is very good. So I mean, they're right in this thing at a 3-point deficit, so anything can happen.
Jessie Irvine looking on fiercely as her team trails by 2 games in this series.
Yeah, tough break from Simone Jardim, as if it made it over, was going to be a lot of trouble for Jorja.
Johnson just barely catches that one.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of body language too. When she hits one and she thinks it might not go in, she is really giving it some oomph. Didn't work that time. I would say Travis Rettenmaier isn't an incredibly offensive person in the middle, and they're really trying to go behind him, but he's staying home and counterattacking very well. That's right, and I would say the weaker wing for dinking for Jorja Johnson is the forehand side. So let's see if they try to target that a little bit more. But once again, if that goes over in kind of that yellow zone attack, Jay's not hitting down on the ball, that's right to the Travis Rettenmaier backhand counter, as he's not leaking to the middle very much. So got to figure that out, St. Louis Shock. I mean, many of these other players, Jay included, James Ignatowicz, they cover so much court. There's a big opening behind them, but Travis with that backhand counter has really spoiled their plans.
Once again, that forehand dink, troublesome for Johnson, as he mentioned.
Yes, and often, Michelle, what happens in women's doubles for Jorja, if she starts to get a little flustered with her dinks and makes some errors, she just fires at the lady and trusts her hands. But when you got a big 6'3" Frenchman in front of you in mixed doubles, not quite as easy just to pull the trigger. So let's see how she manages this, if she tries to stay consistent and just work through those couple errors, or if maybe she pulls a couple extra triggers because she doesn't want to get into that dink grind.
Johnson and Rettenmaier discussing their game plan from here on out. Kim Clijsters, Hall of Famer in the house. One of the best to ever do it in women's tennis. She is one of the owners of the Las Vegas Night Owls.
Yeah, she's got the Las Vegas Night Owl shirt, and her son is playing with the Hard Eights dice. Oh,
we've got to get to the bottom of what's going on here. I bet Tom Brady is looking at that saying, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Our allegiances are split. What's going on? Tom Brady, another owner of that team. Between him and LeBron James and Kim Clijsters, nearly broke the internet
Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
weeks that was announced this summer. As Jardim gets back to serve for the shock.
She sped up pretty early. It wasn't a poor speed up, but pretty reasonable shot to continue dinking, and she didn't want any part of it. She pulled the trigger.
Gets the momentum back on her side.
Yeah, great manipulation of her wrist there, leading with the palm, really pushing that ball to the left side of Devilliers.
And just like that, the St. Louis Shock trailing by 1.
14-15.
That's right, and if Jardim is going to step over there and plug the middle, that's got to be a foot. He went with the backhand side. He's got to leave that one for Jorja unless he's going to rip a forehand.
Oh, Jorja Johnson with a nasty ATP.
And Jay said it was gonna go wide, and it's just so hard when she slaps at that bar. Tough break. I mean, I'm not 100% for sure, but I do think it was gonna land in the green. They played a couple nice dinks there, but then Simone pulls the trigger. Let's just stay soft there and see if we can't get some more errors from Jorja.
Oh, Jardim sets up Devilliers beautifully.
And if you are going to attack, push her out wide, get her off balance on the previous ball, and then attack like Simone did there. Nice veteran play, and her big mixed doubles partner to finish the deal.
How about the mullet of Tyson McGuffin standing courtside?
Oh, he just glanced at the camera.
It's like I've been spotted, and so is my mullet.
It's made for the camera.
Squirrel brain over here in the booth. Sorry about that. But Rettenmaier made a great play, and your side could err on Jorja Johnson.
Yeah. Too juicy. I think she was thinking it was going to come a little bit faster. Great with that two-handed backhand, but those balls are getting on you very quick.
Punches that one home.
Yeah, just lurking in the middle, waiting for an opportunity, and he got one.
18-18.
The St. Louis Shock have their first lead of game number 3 and a chance to close it all out right here in a couple of points. Johnson says no to that thought.
That's right. 2 points ago right in the net. That time beautifully struck from Jorja Johnson. Jumping. Let's go.
This is Major League Pickleball. Daytona Beach showed up today. Oh, Jorja Johnson just barely misses. So the Shock, match point on their side. Finishes it all. Devilliers and Simone Jardim complete the victory for the St. Louis Shock. What did you like the most about this comeback win, Adam?
Well, first off, St. Louis Shock, unbelievable play. Now, them winning the match, sure, that wouldn't have shocked me. See what I did there? But I mean, 3-0, commanding victories. I mean, we're obviously going to play the fourth for the game differential purposes, but my goodness, what a showing from the Shock to win 3-0, possibly 4-0 after this next mixed doubles match. Just too good. The energy, the play, the execution, all there for the Shock. Kudos to them. They deserve it.
Yeah, new rule this year, as you mentioned, that we will be playing all 4 mixed doubles games in group play once we get to the playoff round. That is not the case, but to your point, it's all about that game differential when it comes to the standings, who makes it in, who doesn't, and it's important and valuable information. The players seem to like that change. However, Simone Jardim and Devilliers just pulled a huge comeback win to help their team earn that victory. Cameron Blackwood standing by with more.
A 3-0 win for the St. Louis Shock here. Like you said, you got to counter with this team going up against Travis and Jorja. Why'd you choose this team and feel so confident?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough decision we had to make. We wanted to win 3-0, and you know, after just play for an extra point. So I'm just glad Simone and I could pull it together after being down, and yeah, just so good energy playing with Simone.
Looked like you had a pretty strict game plan there, hitting a lot of aggressive rolls to Jorja's forehand. What were you looking to create?
So at the beginning, I was slicing, and of course that's kind of like her strength, slice to slice. So then, you know, like hello, do some topspin, and that helped a ton because then it created a ball for Jay to be aggressive, and that's what I want. I don't want to, you know, if I'm starting stuff out there, that means that we're in trouble.
There you have it. The Shock take the win 3-0. We will be right back with more MLP in Daytona. Don't go anywhere.
Hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Dulce Vida, you are what you drink.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
At From With Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from With Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
We're back on championship court. The St. Louis Shock ran away with this one, a 3-0 finish over the Florida Smash, but we will continue to play the fourth game for points purposes in terms of game differential to determine the standings and points and all of that good stuff. And it is Allyce Jones and Erik Lange playing together in the white, taking on Jessie Irvine and Collin Johns. So what are you playing for? Explain that to us, Adam. If you're the Florida Smash in green, you've already gotten beat. You know you've lost this one. What are you playing for in this game?
Well, it's very important. My lovely wife played for the Brooklyn Aces in the Challenger League yesterday. Corinne Carr. And so they not only went from matches won, they tied in game differential, and it went to point differential percentage, and they lost, and they didn't move on by 0.07%.
No.
So this matters big time.
For the playoff picture.
Yes, for the playoff picture. Exactly right. So the Florida Smash might play great this evening and tomorrow morning, and getting this match or these extra points in this match that they're already going to lose could be the difference for them.
So the numbers give the slight edge to Collin Johns and Jessie Irvine, who are a dangerous duo at that. A game win for them could be crucial, as Adam just mentioned. Jessie Irvine will start us off to serve against Allyce Jones.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Michelle, I think this match is all about the guys. Often we say the ladies, but the ladies, I think, are going to give us what we expect. Collin on the left, Erik probably the better men's doubles player. Let's see which male steps up.
Erik Lange answering your question there, but why is he a better men's doubles player than mixed?
Well, it's more, I mean, he's obviously a big guy, but I said it earlier, he's an older gentleman, and it's sometimes harder to cover the court when you're playing against someone half your age. Hey, doing a nice job so far, 2 for 2, being big in the middle from Erik Lange. Yeah, I'd be happy to eat my words if Erik Lange plays big right here. He's a friend, legend of the game up in the Pacific Northwest with our good buddy Wes Gabrielson, so let's see.
Jones just misses that time into the net. Erik Lange started playing pro pickleball since 2017. Johns with an easy pull that time.
Yeah, and you saw Allyce Jones put her hand up. I'm not sure if that was totally her fault, but she was letting Erik know that I'll make sure to get that backhand out of there if you have your forehand locked and loaded.
Gets her fire going this morning.
Yeah. So
afternoon, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, just on the backhand, just so much power from Jessie Irvine.
John's coming to life on his left side.
Yeah, coming in hot. Don't see him over there too much, as I mentioned, but he can play over there. He's been practicing and working on his mixed game. All aspects of the game so important for MLP, so he's not going to look awkward over there, I promise you that.
Allyce Jones capitalizing on her side.
4-4.
Two out of three. Erik Lange big in the middle. Still a pretty solid percentage, overextending on that last ball, but
5-4.
make your presence felt, big man. I think it's going to be a good situation.
Point. 6-4.
Though, how are you making your decisions on where to place every shot?
Oh yes, so it's so opponent dependent. I'll elaborate a little further.
goes for the Ernie on the backhand.
Yeah, I like the move. But yes, so it's a combination of playing your strengths, meaning do you change direction and go up the line comfortably? Are you more of a cross-court dinker? And then you pair that with your opponent weaknesses, and you try to find that happy middle ground, Michelle. It's not always perfect, but in a vacuum, I would say moving the ball around is great, but you're going to get in certain situations where you want a ball to go to a certain spot because you like your advantage there against your opponent. So lots of reasons to put balls in certain places, and these players can put it everywhere.
Jessie Irvine with such a lethal backhand.
Yeah, very nice. In two-handed, sure, there's probably a couple girls that hit it at a reasonable pace as Jessie Irvine. One hand, shoulder and above, most power in the game for sure.
Jessie Irvine
I kind of wish it went over just to see what happened.
I know.
Eric Lange made a strong move to the middle. And you know what? I'm going to go back on what I said previously, Michelle, because I saw Etta Wright play earlier. So maybe Etta Wright and Jessie Irvine, 1A and 1B on those high backhand power shots.
Etta Wright, one of the newer faces in the game, and so good. Jessie Irvine has been around for a bit, has a prolific tennis background. She started playing tennis at 10 years old. She's a former WTA pro tennis player, top 10 junior tennis player.
And you know what, Michelle, for all you Star Wars fans out there, she's rocking the Princess Leia as always. So, you know, she can do it all. Very nice return from Jessie Irvine as Eric Lange got his feet set too early, and that side spin from Irvine moving away from Eric Lange, forcing the error. It's so hard, and she slaps it so hard. Man, it's so hard to pull that paddle back. Here's a question for you, Michelle.
Yes.
Do you think Jorja Johnson knows who Princess Leia is? She's 17. 16.
I want to say yes, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, who's that?
well, after this match, I'm going to ask her. So I'll let you know what the answer was, okay?
Okay, let's do it. Let's just phone her in right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Jorja. Do you mind answering a question for us?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I'm giving a
yell down.
Yeah, I'm giving a movie reference, and then I realize I'm talking to Hayden Patriquin. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
He's like, Step Brothers, what's that?
Yeah,
You're like, I came out like 5 years ago.
Right.
Maybe more than that. Anyways, the Florida smashed the first team to 11. How much does it take the wind out of your sails? I mean, clearly the Florida Smash are proving that narrative wrong, but how much does it take the wind out of your sails when you've already lost the match and you're really only just playing for better positioning potentially for the playoff picture?
Oh, well, definitely that's, of course, going to be everyone's initial reaction. But these are professionals out there. They know the rules. They know the format. You know, they have owners and GMs and coaches in their ear, and, of course, their teammates. So they know what's at stake, and they know that there were several teams that went 1 and 2 at MLP Mesa that made it through. So anything can happen. You have to play for every point and get through it. Nice job from Collin Johns holding his ground at the kitchen line, punching that one-handed backhand right from his chest. Nice step over from Eric Lange, catching that left foot of Jessie Irvine in the transition zone. Great spot to go as always.
St. Louis inching their way back in. We've seen how this can happen quickly in earlier matches and in this game. Jessie Irvine, the enforcer of that tackle beforehand.
Yeah, obviously the put away is great, but I'm more impressed with the setup shot that behind the backside of Erik Lange creating that pop-up. So nice two-shot combination from Jessie Irvine.
Oh, Jessie Irvine, so good. By the way, if you're curious what's happening over on Grandstand, the ATX Pickleballers on top right now in game number 4 of the mixed doubles matchup against the LA Mad Drops, the defending champs. It's Julian Arnold and Catherine Parento taking on Johnson and Kawamoto for the Pickleballers.
Yeah, I was just checking which Kawamoto. Looks like she's holding the paddle in the right hand. That's Jackie.
Thank you.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, especially from behind. I mean, there's no possible way unless
one of the Kawamotos.
Yes, that's right.
We did not see the matchups delivered. Of course, we'll have action for you all weekend long. Multi-court action. 4 courts rolling at a time here on this Friday afternoon. Over on court 3, starting at 3 p.m., it'll be Frisco and Milwaukee, and on court 4, California and Seattle. It's Seattle's Ben John's teams. His team. Brother Collin on court right now for the Florida Smash. Oh! What a sniping backhand, Jessie Irvine. That was beautiful.
Just don't have that. It's just so good.
So good.
Down and power. I mean, how do you get that ball?
Should they have put Irvine and Johns out first?
Yeah, maybe so. I'll tell you what. I mean, Collin, obviously, plenty of put-away power as well, and you saw a great offensive shot there. But when that ball goes up high, the guy's supposed to finish, and Jessie's doing the finishing right now.
The same thing in the semis last event. MLP Mesa matched up, I believe, against Julian Arnold and Catherine Parento, and she lit Julian Arnold up a couple of times.
Oh, there were some wild points in that match.
Oh, that goes to speed it up. Florida Smash. Now with a 6-point lead. Looking good here in game number 4. Just playing this for playoff positioning. Game differential.
Yeah, just
Big
great,
part of that.
great deep return from Erik Lange. Collin Johns looking for a forehand drive, but just a little slow with the footwork getting around the ball.
Collin Johns, a sneak attack on the earning.
That's a great read. He missed one wide. Maybe halfway through the first half of this match, not that one. I am gonna miss 2, and he does not.
That bounce off the net that time. (2017) over on Grandstand. Ballers 1 point away from pushing a dream breaker. Oh! Jones just catches the foot of Irvine, who looks surprised that Collin didn't take that shot.
Right, it was a very weird situation, kind of a flinger, the catch and release. Sometimes you don't hit it clean, almost hit it twice. Who'd we have yesterday? I think it was Rachel Retger, did a little squeal like Jessie did right there.
It was a squeak.
Yeah, squeak, there you go. Squeak, squeak's better.
The squeal. Oh, Lange finding the backside of Irvine.
And we do have a Mighty Mouse out there, so squeak, you know, I mean, that's perfect, that's perfect.
14-19.
Jones catches Collin Johns on the move.
20-19.
Oh, what an angle from Johns. Lange almost got there with that wingspan.
Yeah, well, he had a great read. Johns was in an awkward kind of body position, so I think going inside out was his best bet. But the shot was just so good, Erik Lange couldn't get there.
20-15. Right out. Point, 16.
And the freeze.
And the freeze.
I mean, just a comfortable lead. Sometimes those evaporate quickly.
Oh, Collin Johns gets the serve back and a chance to win game number 4. Before to smash. Looking for one game on Shock to give them a better chance with the playoff picture. And Jessie Irvine makes sure her team gets on the board at least once in this matchup, the Florida Smash. Coming away with game 4, but ultimately falling to the St. Louis Shock, who came into this tournament with purpose. I think that's a dangerous team to watch here in this tournament.
I mean, I understand that they won 3-1, but even before that win was sealed, there was a lot of energy, a lot of eye contact with the partners, a lot of positive stuff going on, mentally, physically, all of it. So I think you're exactly right. If they continue that energy, watch out for them, Michelle.
And we're going Dreambreaker, by the way, on Grandstand. If you're curious about the action there, it is a heated battle between the LA Mad Drops and ATX Pickleballers. But for now, we check in with the Florida Smash and our Cameron Blackwood standing by with Jessie Irvine and Collin Johns.
Collin, you guys went 1-3 with the St. Louis Shock, but just how important was that 1 point in moving forward in the MLP format?
Yeah, it could be the difference. You got to stay focused out there. Of course, we're disappointed that we lost, but you have to go out there, try to put as many points on the board as you can, and hope for some good results later in the tournament.
And Jesse, you have probably some of the most powerful shots in all of the tour here, but it's how you're able to create those. Talk us through creating those opportunities for those putaways.
Yeah, you know, it's all about being patient and picking your spots. I think the good thing about me is that I like playing the slow games, so I have the benefit of both. I have the power, but I'm not quick to go to it, so I have no problem waiting for the right moments and picking my spots. So the fact that I have patience and I'm willing to play the soft game and the dinking and wait for those chances, I think works in my favor.
There you have it. Smash take the last mixed doubles in this. We'll have more pickleball right after this. Don't go anywhere.